Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Syed Children's Academy English Language class of grade 7. It's your lecture 5 and I'm your teacher Miss Sabah. Now students, subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe button and also click the bell icon to get notified directly for latest lectures. Thank you. We'll continue this lecture with the types of pronoun. Today we will study the fourth type, that is interrogative pronouns. Well, what are interrogative pronouns? These are the pronouns we use to ask questions. Number one is who. Now, why we use who? Well, we use who for people and it is always used as a subject of a verb. As you can see in example, who loves pies and who won yesterday? Here, who is used as subject before verb. Now let's talk about whom. Whom is also used for people, but it is always used as the object of a verb or preposition. As you can see in example, you saw whom. Saw is a verb and whom is the object. Now in example number 2, you went with whom. Here with is the preposition and whom is the object. Now the third one is whose, and we use whose for people as well, but it is used for possession, like whose is this and whose won the race. Here we are using whose to show the possession of people. Now the fourth is what, and we use what for people and it is used for animals and things, like what is that and what do you mean. The fifth one is which, and we use which for people and it is used for people, animals and things, like which is smarter, which is faster and which is heavier. Now let's take some more examples. Now here we have some more examples of interrogative pronouns. Well, interrogative pronouns do just what they say, like they work in sentences that are posing a question. So, what were the words? Well, the words are who, whom, whose, which, what. For example, who is going to arrive first? Here we are using who as a subject and for a person. Now, what are you bringing to the party? Here we are using what to talk about thing. In example number 3, which of these do you like better? Well, here in which of these do you like better, we are using which to talk about things. That's how the interrogative pronouns work. So, you want to learn more? Just make your own sentences and try to find out how interrogative pronouns work. Let's move forward to the next type. Our next type of pronoun is relative pronoun. Now, what is relative pronoun? Well, it refers to something mentioned earlier in the sentence or to join two sentences, and also it is a pronoun that heads an adjective clause. As you can see in the example, the dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. Here the dog is noun and ate the cake is adjective clause. So the word joining both is the relative pronoun. That is relating with the dog as well. It is telling us it is the same dog. So basically, it is referring to something or it is referring to something that is mentioned earlier. For example, dog, and it is also joining the two sentences. So this is how our relative pronoun works. Let's move forward to take some more examples to understand it better. Well, relative pronouns refer to something mentioned earlier in the sentence to join two sentences, and the pronoun that heads an adjective clause. They are who, whom, whose, which, that. For example, the driver who ran the stop sign was careless. Here, who is referring to the driver. In example number 2, I don't know which pair of shoes you want. Here, which is joining two sentences. Now, in example number 3, no, not that one. Here, that is joining the two sentences. So, these are called relative pronouns. Now, let's move forward towards the next type. Well, our next type is demonstrative pronouns. These are the pronouns we use to point out and identify specific nouns. Like you can see in the chart, there is a hand pointing on a leaf and telling us this or that or these or those. Here you can see when we use this. We use this when it is near us, and we use that when it is far. And we use these for plural when they are near, and we use those for plural when they are far away. Let's take some more examples. So, demonstrative pronouns are pronouns that take the place of a noun that's already been mentioned. They can be singular or plural, they point out or specify nouns, and they include these, those, this, that. As you can see in example, these are ugly, those are lovely, don't drink this, these are amazing. That is how we use demonstrative pronouns. Now make your own sentences to understand them better and move forward to the next one. Our next type is distributive pronouns. We have 3 of them: each, either, and neither. Each is a way of seeing the members of a group as individuals. Either and neither are concerned with distribution between two things. Either is positive and neither is negative. Let's take some examples to understand. Distributive pronouns refer to people or things taken one at a time. You already know what are they? They are each, either, and neither. They refer to a single person or thing at a time. Distributive pronouns are always singular and are followed by singular verbs. Let's talk about each. Each refers to every one of a group of persons, things taken separately. For example, each boy was given a present. Here, each, every boy of a group. But all the boys are taken separately to give them presents. Now, either and neither. Well, they can be used only when speaking about two persons or things. Either means one or the other of two, and neither means not one nor the other of two. Well, the examples are either road will lead to the railway station, mean this one or the other one or the both will lead to the railway station. Now, in example number 2, neither team could win a decisive victory. Now, here you're saying not this and not the other of the two teams will win. So when you're saying yes to both, that is either, and when you are denying to both, that is neither. Now let's move to our next type. Our next type is indefinite pronoun. Well, that pronoun refers to a person or a thing without being specific, means it refers to general types. Like, I have eaten everything in my fridge. Now I'm talking in general. Whatever was in my fridge, I have eaten it all. Now in example number 2, I have nothing for breakfast, means I don't have anything for the breakfast. Now, I need to find something. Here I'm talking about anything. Whatever I get, I'll find. I'm not talking about anything specific. And in the last example, anything would be okay, means whatever I get will be okay. I'm not searching for anything special or specific. Now let's take some more examples to understand. Well, now you know indefinite pronouns don't point to a particular noun. We use them when an object does not need to be specifically identified. As such, it can remain unidentified. They include someone, somebody, something, everyone, everybody, everything, anyone, anybody, anything, no one, nobody, nothing, one, all, some, few, many, or none. For example, everyone is here already. Everyone is indefinite pronoun. I don't have any paper, napkins, can you bring some? Here, some is indefinite pronoun. He is nobody. Here, nobody is indefinite pronoun. But indefinite pronoun few has some different kind of uses which we are going to learn now. Let's move to that. Use of few a few, and the few. These three indefinite pronouns refer only to countable nouns. Like number one, few. It denotes an insignificant number. It means hardly any. For example, few of her books are new. Now, a few refers to a small number but which the speaker considers significant. For example, I met a few of my classmates from last year. Now, the few refers to the small number of something specific. It always identifies or denotes a specific noun. The largest portion of a country's wealth belongs to the few who are very rich. Here, I'm just trying to tell you that few can be specific sometimes, but when it is talking about something specific, we will use the few to make it specific. But few will always be used for general purpose, and a few will be used when we will talk about a little more than few. But the few will always be used to tell about the specific something. Now let's talk about your home task. Well, to attempt the next exercises from your book, you first need to read the chart on page number 9 of your book in your chapter Pronouns. And after that, you will be able to attempt exercise D, E, and F, which are given on the pages 10 and 11 of your book. Let's look into it. Well, in exercise D, you will choose the appropriate pronouns to complete these sentences. It can be any pronoun from all the types we learned today. Now, to attempt exercise E, first you need to revise all the pronouns. And after that, you will attempt exercise E. Here you will write whether the underlined words in these sentences are demonstrative, interrogative, or relative pronouns. Now, in exercise F, you will fill in the blanks or choose the correct options to complete the given sentences. Instructions for a few have been provided. Just read every sentence and the instructions before attempting it. Now students, don't forget to subscribe SSCA official YouTube channel. Keep watching and keep learning. I'll see you in the next lecture. Allah Hafiz.